The college football experience, Delaware Blue Hens 2025 season preview episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, get up to $1,000 deposit match when you sign up at UnderdogFantasy.com with our promo code. That's TCE SGPN. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
This is Mike Leach, head football coach at Mississippi State, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes. Woo! Welcome to the college football experience. Delaware Blue Hen 2025 season preview episode. Oh yes, we are here. Take two. If the real ones know, had a little audio or a little internet connection problem. We're both at beach houses, different states. But yeah, for whatever reason, wasn't working out. We're back, just like the Delaware Blue Hens are back, baby. They're back in the FBS, they're in the FBS. There was no FBS before, but they were playing high level football for a long time. I'm very excited to talk about this program because I do think this is long overdue. Them jumping to the FBS, and yeah, I think it's one of the best storylines. If you watch college football from a bird's eye point of view, like we do. The programs that come up, you're always paying close attention to, and you're rooting for. And Delaware is to me one that I've had my eye on for about 30 years. So excited to talk Blue Hen football. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, that's fair. My name is Colby Swigget, Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
He's the kind of guy that would drink a gallon of gasoline so he could piss in your campfire. You could drop this guy off at the Arctic Circle wearing a pair of bikini underwear without his toothbrush, and tomorrow afternoon he's going to show up at your poolside with $1 million smile and a fistful of pesos.
Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Oh, I love the talk going on right now. I don't remember when I got cut off or when you cut. I don't know what happened on the last one, but the Delaware Blue Hens have been playing college football since 1889. 1889, and look, this was not some phony 1889. They won a natty in 46 that no one has given them credit. Actually, 41 they were undefeated. 42 they were undefeated. 43 and then 46 they were undefeated. 3 straight undefeated seasons, and yet no national championships. We are if the good people at Delaware would reach out to us, I will gladly give you a certificate to put up there to honor your national championships. And look, I know you won the Cigar Bowl in 47. And we need to bring the Cigar Bowl back. Also had a great season in 54 when you won the Refrigerator Bowl. Yes. And don't forget 4 straight Boardwalk Bowls from 68 to 71. This program's been rolling for a while, Mac. And look, I think I counted this up on the last one. I wasn't sure if we were live, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Am I counting this correctly? 18 appearances in the FCS playoffs over the past 25 years. That's pretty. This is long overdue, in my opinion. This is long, and of course, won a natty. I know the chat's talking about they won at Navy. I think it was 2 years ago. In Brian Newberry's first game as a head coach, as a starting head coach. Look, I am joined by my co-host. He is also the host of the College Basketball Experience. When the basketball season goes live, we will be live every night of the season, just like we will be for football. So subscribe, youtube.com/the college experience. Give it up for former staffer at Austin Peay with the Governors, South Carolina with the Gamecocks, and West Virginia with the Mountaineers, Ryan McIntyre, aka Moneyline Mac. How are you, brother?
What's up, man? Yes, fired up to talk Blue Hens. Welcome to the FBS. Excited to get this program going here at this level. Let's go.
Come on, make it Mac tonight.
Yeah, I mean, look, we have seen so many schools come up, right? Like, and most of them I feel like have hit the ground running. You know, James Madison, Appalachian State, Georgia Southern, those teams all came up and were winning programs. I mean, but for every one of those, there's also, you know, a few that might have had some blunders, but man, I feel like this program's been I mean, they put a lot of great quarterbacks into the NFL. Obviously the big ones, you know, Rich Gannon, who started in the Super Bowl in whatever year that was, 2002 or 3. And then Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl. I mean, this is and you know, their head coach Ryan Carty is a former Delaware quarterback. Matt Nagy, former Delaware quarterback. This program has been elite for a long time there. So I'm very excited. But Ryan Carty is a former Casey Keeler guy, played under Casey Keeler, coached under Casey Keeler. He's done. You know, he's a first-time head coach. Essentially, he's 26-11 overall. He did have a win at Navy. You look at his first season in 22, 8-5, followed that up with 9-4, and last season was 9-2. And I want to highlight last season because they weren't eligible for the FCS playoffs because they were jumping to the FBS. They redshirted like their whole team. Casey Keeler did the same thing at Sam Houston State. I wouldn't be surprised. I have no proof of this, but I would not be surprised if they shared a phone call saying how to do this, because he redshirted. He let you know, you could play 3 or 4 games, I think it is, before they redshirt you, or before like you can keep your eligibility. So he redshirted a lot of this team, which is fascinating to me because you look back at Sam Houston State, they did the same thing. Now they were 3-9 in their first season in the FBS, followed that up with a 9-win season, but the 3-9 they were much better than 3-9. Like they lost every close game. I feel like they were like, by just eye test, they were more like a 6-6, a 7-5 type of team. But sometimes the ball just doesn't bounce your way. Where are you at with Coach Carty?
Yeah, he's done great. I mean, eight wins is his inaugural year, and then a back-to-back 9s. It's funny, like you said, they redshirted all those guys, but still went 9-2. That's impressive. I think that's a testament to the program that they got. I was talking about it. He's a Keeler guy, so and he's a Blue Hen through and through. He played there from 2002 to 2006. He coached at Delaware, multiple roles, at New Hampshire, multiple roles. So and as well as Sam Houston. So back to his ties and his connections to Keeler. That's clearly his mentor, and you always root for the guys when they're coaching at their alma mater because you know how much it means to them. So he's done a great job in his first 3 years, and now they transition up, and I think they're suited to hold their own. I mean, we've seen it: JMU, Jack State, even Sam Houston. They were 3-9, but they were way better than that.
Yeah,
record.
I was about to say, like, I mean, yeah, the Missouri State one, we've already done the Missouri State preview. They're the other team that's jumping up to the FBS this season, right? Missouri State is one where the history is not that rich, right? Where you're sitting there saying, I think it can work, but I don't know. Delaware is different to me. I mean, I know their last FBS game was at Penn State and they got housed, but like I said, the time before that, they in 22 they won at Navy, which is why I am of the belief that this program can be very successful within the Conference USA moving forward. I really believe that. Like, where would you put them? Like, just blindly in the pecking order of the Conference USA? Like, I would like the program is I would say like top 5 in the Conference USA. Just how much better is the Conference USA than the CAA?
I mean, they have a Liberty, so like Liberty's the top dog, but like you said, and the tops are really good. And Jacksonville State at the FCS was really good as well. But there's so much unproven coaches. When we did the Conference USA coaches preview in our rankings, that was the hardest league to rank because of all these guys with first and second year head coaches and the good coaches that have left this league over the last couple of years. So I'm with you. I think Delaware fringe top 5 program already in this league, definitely at worst.
Yeah, I'm looking right now at one of their worst seasons, which was 2019 with Danny Rocco, who's a good coach. He's now at VMI. They were 5-7 that year, and that got them fired. But I mean, they lost at Pitt 17-14. So it's
yeah, they're not used to losing to Delaware. Like that losing seasons. I think they've had like 4 or 5 losing seasons since 2000.
I mean, this program wins, man. Like that's what I'm saying. They have culture. They have great players in their history that have played there. And that's why I've always made the argument that like every team, in my opinion, like every state, maybe minus Alaska, but I even think Alaska should have an FBS team. So like, to me, if you're Delaware, you should have an FBS team. If Hawaii can do it on the island, you can do it. Vermont, Rhode Island, I don't know what the hell. Maine, you guys should all have an FBS team. Same with the Dakotas and Montanas and stuff. So I'm glad to see this happen, and I can't wait to see because there's no pro team there. I know that you're a drive away from an Eagles game, but I think this is very exciting for the people born and raised in Delaware, and I can't wait to watch it, man. So the offense, you got co-offensive coordinators, Terrence Archer and Chris Rogers. I think Archer gets more of the tag, but look, the numbers last season, I'm not going to put those up there because they were in the FCS. They also, the schedule was a little wacky. So let's talk about the returning production because they have 2 quarterbacks that have gotten starts. Zach Marker is the guy that I think is going to start. Now he missed the season last year. Nick Minicucci got a slew of starts last season. He's back. Jakari Kelly back at the receiver spot. Caleb Fauria, his dad is Christian Fauria, who won a couple Super Bowls, I think, with the New England Patriots. Former Colorado Buffalo great. Now, Caleb transferred from Colorado to Delaware, and they're on the schedule this year. We got the Fauria Bowl. They return 2 offensive linemen in Anwar O'Neal and Patrick Shupp. And kicker Nate Reed is back on the offense. They did hit the portal, Mac, but this is what I mean is what's intriguing. They feel confident because they didn't really hit the portal, man. They brought in Riley Trejo from UCF at the quarterback spot. He's not even penciled in to start, but it gives them some depth. Brandon Raymond from a wideout from West Virginia, and 2 offensive linemen, one from Westchester in D2 ranks, the other one from Syracuse. It just draws comparisons to Sam Houston State to me, where they just redshirted. And they're thinking in their mind like, yeah, we can go toe to toe. We don't need to go. Oh, we're joining the. So many times you see teams jump to the FBS, like Missouri State, loaded up in the portal, right? I think this one, they're like, hey, we trust our culture. Come to Newark. We'll beat you. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm fascinated by that. I know I can't compare last year's offense, but how do you think the offense will be? Only 2 of 5 back on the O line, but once again, it was really hard to note returning starters, might I add, because he did this thing where he played several guys, 2 starts, 3 starts, 4 starts. Then redshirted them. Then the guys that he didn't redshirt still got starts. So it makes it really tricky as what the hell defines a returning starter on this team. But I'm fascinated to watch this thing, man. And I do think they're going to be able to play at a decent level in the FBS. How about you?
Yeah, Marker, I think, started 3 games. He had to stay under that red shirt level that you're speaking about. So I think they're going to be able to hold their own. Our Marker last year had 10 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. So when he played, he was really, really good. And now he's back in the system. Archer, just deep diving in on his resume. He also came from Sam Houston State with Carty on Keeler's staff. So there's familiarity, there's continuity on the staff. Obviously, Carty played quarterback there. So but I think this offense is going to be just fine. And having guys back on the offensive line as well. They didn't hit the portal as hard because they trust the guys that are in their system, and they didn't get really rated in the portal.
Yeah. And wide receiver Max Patterson is one that I think from Rutgers, but I think that was that's one that to watch. I don't know. It's interesting because some of the transfers, knowing they were doing this, might have been from the year prior. So the data is always. I'll put it like this. This one is one where like. You could tell me that these guys transferred last year and purposely redshirted. So I don't know if I should have put both transfer portal classes on this. I only put this year's transfer portal class, but yeah, I'm fascinated to watch this stuff. Now the defensive side of the ball, I can tell you this: Manny Rojas, the DC there, and you know they've been a good defensive team. I remember Danny Rocco's team. I feel like they were a defensive first team. I think maybe they've let up a little bit on that, been a little more pro offense, but the defense returns a shit ton, man. I mean, D-line's the only part where you hesitate with Jack Hall, the lone defensive lineman, but linebackers, Dylan Traynor, Gavin Mall back. Your whole secondary is pretty much back. Punter Josh Cuppett is back as well. They did hit the portal, but like I said, briefly, bringing in a Kentucky transfer, Noah Matthews at the DN spot. Keontae Jenkins, a corner from Coastal that was previously at TCU before that. Khalil Ali, a safety from BC, and then a Rutgers safety in Amenkwa. I am fascinated by watching this team, man. Like they're just saying, yeah, we're good. We're good to go. We'll see you out there. You know, we've been winning for a long time. We'll be fine. I think the defense will be pretty solid in this conference. Now, the conference has so much turnover within the conference. Rich Rod's no longer at Jacksonville State. Rick Stockstill, long time head coach at Middle Tennessee, double-digit years. You know, he's gone. Derek Mason comes in. Year 1, he was terrible. Now it's year 2, right? Tony Sanchez takes over for Jerry Kill at New Mexico State after they were fire. They looked terrible last year. He's still in year 2. Mike McIntyre relieved of his duties at FIU. So FIU's in a little bit of a rebuild. La Tech has just never got it going ever since Skip Holtz. Casey Keeler leaves Sam Houston State for Temple. And by the way, give us Temple, Delaware on the schedule, please. In the non-con, please give us that. They should do that every year. But then because you don't have Villanova every year anymore, but I'd like to see Nova on the schedule too. But my point is that Sam Houston's in a rebuild, right? UTEP's leaving the conference in a year, going to the Mountain West. So it just makes it, and La Tech as well, going to the Sun Belt. So it makes it tricky. Like, besides Liberty and Western Kentucky, there's not really any stability in this conference. Even Ryan Beard at Missouri State's entering year 3. That's why I think Delaware is a team that can really profit off this, because they've been winning for a long fucking time at Delaware. I think the defense will be pretty solid. How about you?
I do too. They have all that returning production back, and one thing about Delaware too, just deep diving on their coaching staff, these guys have been together. They're headed into their 4th year together. Manny Rojas has been on Carty's staff since 2020 or 2021. So it's just more continuity in this program, and they know their identity. And the schedule is difficult. We will talk about that, but I'm high on the Blue Hens on both sides of the ball, being able to translate and hold their own in year number 1.
Let's talk more about the program in a second here, but I want to let people know that the Delaware Blue Hens 2025 season preview episode, the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by the Sports Gambling Podcast. Yes, they are back with their 32 team NFL preview series. They're also bringing back the phrase that pays. Each episode they'll give out One word of a 32-word phrase. Submit that phrase for a chance to win $1,000 Circa Future. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride. Yes, the college football experience Delaware Blue Hen preview is also brought to you by MyBookie.ag. Yes, MyBookie is your place to bet on every single summer sport. MLB, CFL, golf, racing, tennis, WNBA. We're betting it all every day, right? And of course, college football and NFL futures. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of different locations as well, even outside of the States. You can easily deposit, get lightning fast payouts using crypto. So head on over to mybookie.ag. But when you do, use our promo code TCESGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply, of course. That's mybookie.ag, promo code TCESGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Probably heard me talk about Rhythm before. They just dropped a new game-changing feature called Power Trends. Yes, these are AI-detected patterns where Rhythm's motto has consistently won and has a very high ROI. Think like a strikeout prop that wins 59% of the time when the line and win probability hit a certain range. Power Trends are updated daily and exclusive to Rhythm and Rhythm only. No touts, no noise, just clean data-backed bets, baby. The MLB Power Trends, by the way, 254 and 147. A win rate of 63% and an ROI of 4.5% in their last 400 bets. Also, WNBA Power Trends dominating 35 and 20 since they launched, just about 64% win rate there. 20.7% ROI though. Download the Rhythm app, check out Power Trends, and start betting smarter. You know damn well we will be. Get your free 7-day trial period today. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. All right, we are back. The chat, fantastic. Come be a part of the chat. Everyone should, we got, Southern Miss talk. Let's go. I'm with you, Sippy Sports. Let's go. We are all over Southern Miss. Go listen to our Southern Miss preview, brother. We talked about the offense and defense and what's returning, and it's tricky to even project your starting lineup, by the way, because there's so many guys that started 4 games last year. But state of the program is we've talked about that, like in a way already. When you have a program that's been to the FCS playoffs this many times, the pedigree has been phenomenal. Put out NFL stars, won cigar bowls. All right. I will. We got to get that going. By the way, we got to bring that thing up. But that is all state of the program, the fan base, everything. What is essentially what is your program? Well, so is the fan base and the stadium. And Delaware Stadium, 73 years young. I like this thing, man. They remodeled this thing in 19 for a push for the FBS, which I liked. Look, this thing's beautiful. Look at that. I'm thinking about going to a game this year, man. I'm eyeballing the I think it's the Western Kentucky game. And then it's like a Friday night, and then Saturday, Commander in Chief, Air Force, Navy in Annapolis. But man, look how beautiful that fucking stadium is, man. It's outdoors the way football should be. Look at the bird's eye view here. And it's phenomenal. I mean, I think, and what I like about it, from what I understand, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong. I believe they built this so it, or they remodeled this so it could be expanded in the future too. So I like putting a plan together for the future. To me, it's 7, 8, something like that. It's been there for a long time. All the greats have played there for Delaware, Gannon and Flacco and everybody. What do you give this thing 1 to 10, man? You got me? We might have lost Mac. You guys still got me in the chat. We got storms over the beaches here in the East Coast, so that might have something to do with all of this. Do you have me in the chat right now? Monty? Carlton? No one? Well, there's that. Okay. Is that Mac or is that me, folks? Let me know. But look at that stadium. That's a fire stadium. I will keep doing the show. Blue Hens, man. You don't just walk into the hen house and get a dub, by the way. Yeah, look at this thing, man. It's a beautiful stadium. Like those end zones. Look at that, man. Running out on the fucking field. That's the way to do it. I want a Michigan Delaware matchup too, just to fuck with everybody with these uniforms. All right. Look, I mean, it's a fire stadium, so I'm giving this thing a 7. You can talk me into an 8. But yeah, I'm sorry if we're having some problems, man. This is our vacation week before the season really ramps up, and we're still working while we vacation, and we're both at the beach, and storms are kind of hitting he's in North Carolina right now. I'm in South Carolina. And the storms that hit me earlier today, I think, are up there now. So, but man, the stadium's phenomenal. The fan base is good. I'm giving this thing a solid 7 of 10. And man, I like everything about the direction this program's headed in. So, let's go. What else do we got here? I wanted to ask Mac what he gives this beautiful stadium. Look at that fire shot right there. Do you prefer Delaware's or Michigan's uniforms? No, and I understand the answer, Ohio State fans, in the chat, but I'm curious because it's a little bit different. Look at that shot, by the way. Stadium's fire. YouTube.com/the college experience. Keanu in the chat saying great stadium there. Let's go. Yeah, I really think this program is headed in the right direction. Their fans are good. They got to get that Temple game on the schedule and the Nova game on the schedule. Look at that shot right there. They have good fans, man. And they've earned that over the years here. But yeah, phenomenal stuff there. I think, look at that. Look at that fan base, man. They're doing the damn thing. It's a nice stadium. The fan base is fantastic. You look at this thing. That's a fire shot right there. You look, I mean, come on, man. Their fans are great, man. And there's a resurgence in Northeast football, and it's happening right here. Well, it's happening with Jim Moore and UConn, and Fran Brown and Syracuse, and Chestnut Bill at Boston College. But we're seeing it here in Delaware too, man. I know we had some technical difficulties, but Mac, what do you give this stadium here? 1 to 10, because it's a pretty fire stadium.
I'm with you. I think 7's fair. 18.5 is what it seats. Like you laid out the renovations, but a lot of potential, man. I think kind of like what we saw with JMU. I think they can keep expanding this thing as we go along. Yeah,
man, and especially like I said, I think they could hit the ground running within the Conference USA. I'm excited. Well, I think it's one of the most interesting stories to watch this year is how Delaware does year one moving into the FBS. State of the program, though. I gave it a 7 of 10 because, like I said, I think this is long overdue, and we've seen, I think, majority of the teams that have jumped up from the FCS have really earned it. Like they've proven that they were worthy. Coastal Carolina goes to bowl games often. Once again, I don't think Old Dominion qualifies because Old Dominion wasn't in the FCS long enough, even though I like ODU and we're supposed to do them. We're supposed to be talking about them soon. But I think this is a program built to succeed in the FBS. So I'm going to give it a 7 of 10, especially in the Conference USA. So Mac, what are you doing here?
I think 7's fair. Because you like the jump, but we need to see them have success now at the FBS level. We think we're pretty confident, but we still need to see it. But yeah, I'm with you. 7's fair, a nice solid ranking there.
Let's go. All right, let's talk about the schedule. Their first year in the FBS, but before we do that, I want to let you know that the Delaware Blue Hens 2025 season preview episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network and the College Football Experience is brought to you by Circa Millions and Circa Survivor. Yes, the world's greatest sports book. Circa Las Vegas is hosting the world's biggest pro football contest. Circa Millions, Circa Survivor, and Circa Grandissimo with over $21 million in guaranteed prizes. You can't call yourself a true DJ if you're not competing in the Circa football contest. So what are you doing? Come hang out with the SGPN guys at Circa Contest Weekend, August 21st to August 23rd, and the College Football Experience guys. Myself, Moneyline Mac, will be live doing shows covering Week 0 Farmageddon in Dublin and all the other great. We have a Conference USA game that I think Delaware fans might be interested in with Sam Houston State and Western Kentucky doing battle, and a nice little appetizer Week 0 with I think 7 or 8 games there. We will be covering all of that. So live shows, open bars, plus you get 15% off your stay at Circa with our promo code SGP15. And don't forget the contests are open for everybody. Sign up in Nevada. You can play from anywhere with the help of SGPN's official proxy. Go to footballcontest.com. And when you do, use our promo code SGP to get $50 off your proxy fees. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, Underdog Best Ball Mania is happening all summer long. Giving away $15 million in prizes, including $2 million to first place. Look, there's no waiver wire, no arguments about trades. Best ball's the best way to play fantasy football, folks. So jump on over to Underdog Fantasy. And when you do, sign up with our promo code TCESGPN to claim your special pick plus first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits there. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code TCESGPN. All right, we are back on the Delaware Blue Hen preview, and look, let's get to the schedule. First year in the FBS, and it starts off Thursday night. Now, I will be unfortunately at the ECU NC State game, but I plan to watch this the next morning because we got a rivalry game. And not only do we have a rivalry game, Deshaun Jackson is the head coach. Yes, Deshaun Jackson from Long Beach, California, who played with Jeff Tedford and the Cal Golden Bears. He's brought in some talent to this Delaware State Hornets roster. And you know they got to be licking their chops at potentially getting their rival.
Oh, yeah.
In their first ever FBS game. Sign me up for in-state battle. This is college football here, baby. Let's go. Want to know, though, for Delaware, what are you doing here?
Yeah, I think they welcome D-Jacks to the college ranks here and hand them an L. So, yeah, give me the Blue Hens here in the Delaware rivalry.
Then week 2. Heading to Boulder, Colorado. What, Colorado's trying to join the Big Ten? What if we do a game against Delaware?
This game is so
I know. That's what I'm saying. But look, if Dion, I'm glad to hear he's cancer free. And I'll tell you this, man, much like North Dakota State last season, they gave Colorado all they could handle. If Colorado is sputtering a little bit, Delaware can give them a game, but I'll take the Buffs 1-1 for the Blue Hens here.
Yeah, the elevation I think is too much for Delaware to get a road win. But yeah, man, Colorado back-to-back years. I know Delaware's not in the FCS anymore, but I mean, play North Dakota State and now Delaware, they're asking to get picked off in one of these games.
Colorado's always done that shit though, man. For many years they didn't do FCS. They were like one of the schools that didn't have an FCS for like a long amount of time. But 1-1. Then you're coming back to the Hen House to take on friend of the program, Jim Mora and the Yukon Huskies. This is kind of a rivalry game. They've been playing this since 1951. This game's kind of awesome, actually. But I will take Yukon. I think UConn is just a little bit flying under the radar still. I thought last season, that was my number 1 lock on the over of UConn. And boy, did that smash. And I feel like no one remembers it, which I think is perfect because I think Moore's building something at UConn. Excited to watch this game, though, because being in Newark makes it tricky. What are you doing here?
Yeah, an interesting game. I would imagine this place will be jumping to get a team like UConn coming to them, but I think UConn's got too much. I'll go 1-2 for the Blue Hens.
I'm with you, 1-2, and then they're heading down to Pit Bull Stadium to take on these Sunblazers of FIU and Willie Simmons. I forget what I said on the FIU preview. I think that
was like 10 years ago. We did
that was
FIU.
like the first night of doing these shows back on like June 1st. I believe I took Delaware. I can't remember. It was a true 50-50 game.
Yeah.
I think I like Delaware's experience though. The fact they've been with the coach this long. Although I am high on the hire of Willie Simmons at FIU. So give me 2-2. What are you doing here?
I forget what I said as well. I want to say I was on Delaware as well. Just because we didn't think
Carlton in the chat says we both took FIU.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I have this as like a 50-50 game. Like,
yeah.
So it wouldn't shock me if FIU got this at all. So let's take FIU. Let's if that is accurate, Carlton.
Yeah.
If someone can confirm and go check the FIU preview really quick with the slides, it should be pretty easy. So then let's say 1-3. Let's just say 1-3.
FIU wins. I've been Benedicted on a bunch of these. Hey, change of heart on July 30th versus June the 3rd. We hadn't dove into Delaware in depth like we had. I think Delaware's got more experience. FIU breaking in Willie Simmons. So yeah, I mean, it's like the UMass fans were calling me out for flipping over to Temple. I was like, hey man, I'm just trying to show everybody a little love.
Look, I'll stick to my pick then. FIU 27-24 overtime win. Willie Simmons got some athletes there that I think could give Delaware some problems. So,
take the points. Whatever
1-3. Yeah, I will take the points there. Then we get a bye week. Look at Flacco, Joey Flax. Then you come out of the bye week, and this is to me where it gets. Wait, that's out of order.
Yeah,
there we go. They're playing Western Kentucky. This is the game I was considering going to. This is their CUSA opener.
Yeah,
like in Newark. I mean, not obviously they play FIU the week before. I think this is gonna be lit, dude. I'm calling for the fucking upset. Delaware beats Western Kentucky. Boom. Second win of the season.
And they're getting Western off not a bye. They get a bye week to get ready for this home opener. I'm with you. Friday night at Blue Hen. I think the Blue Hens will be rocking, baby. Let's go 3-2.
The Hen House. Nobody comes into the Hen House.
Yes.
And gets a dub.
CBS Sports game.
I love this game. Then they get another bye week. Look at Rich Gannon.
Fucking Conference USA.
Yeah, that's the weeknight schedule, man. Then they head to Jacksonville, Alabama to take on Charles Kelly and company. Delaware, I believe, is 1-0 all time or 2-0 all time against Jacksonville State. I'll take them again. Give me Delaware to go down to Jacksonville, Alabama and get that dub. So 2 straight wins. I like the bye week ahead of it too.
I'll drop them with an L here. Jack State likes their team this year, even after losing Rich Rod. So yeah, give me what would that make me? I know we're the same record. Is that 3-3? Yeah.
3-3. Then Middle Tennessee and Derek Mason come to town. I'm not very high on Middle Tennessee, so I will take Delaware to win in Newark. 4-3 for me.
4-3 for me as well. Not high on Middle Tennessee, like Delaware at home. And we should note this too. I forget who it was in the chat, if it was this stream or the other stream. This is going to be a tough road spot for a lot of these teams in this league. Outside of Liberty, it's kind of a pain in the ass travel spot all the way up to Delaware from where all these schools are located geographically. So I think they're going to be really good at home.
Yeah, and that shit will get cold for sure. But look, November 1st, they're at the Flaming Libs of Liberty in Lynchburg, Virginia. This one, I do not have them winning. So I have them losing to the Flaming Libs. We have our Liberty preview out there. What are you doing here?
4-4. Yeah, I don't think that they have enough to win in Lynchburg. That place is hard to win at.
Then they take on Louisiana Tech. on November 8th, and I took Delaware. I remember taking Delaware in this one. So give me. We don't even know if Sonny Cumbie will be here at this point once you get into November, and then it's a cold game trying to go air raid here. Like, give me Delaware, man. This is another win. Let's go.
This goes back to the point I just made. Like the Louisiana team traveling up all the way to Delaware, playing the cold. Lot of unknowns here for La Tech. Give me Delaware.
So that puts us at what? We're
5-4.
5-4. Then they head. This is not at the Bear Claw though. They head to Houston, Texas, not Huntsville, Texas. Houston, Texas, because Sam Houston State is renovating their stadium, much like Kansas did last year. I think that's a nice spot for Delaware. Now, having said that, give me Sam Houston State to catch them. They're going to have some team speed. Phil Longo in that offense. But this is still a winnable game to me, though. I think if you're a Delaware fan, you're saying we can win this game. And the fact it's not on campus is an advantage. But I'll take Sam Houston to win this one. What are you doing here? Give
me Delaware. I think this game's got a little bit of juice for Carty and Archer. They were on Keeler's staff down there. I think they want to go down and put on a good show here. A lot of familiarity, and it's not a true home game, to your point. So, yeah, give me Delaware 6-4.
6-4. I'm at 5-5. And then a series that goes back quite a ways.
This game is so
almost 100 years. Delaware heading to Winston-Salem to take on Wake Forest. I mean, I'll take Wake, but it would not shock me.
Why is this game the second to last game of the year?
Like Wake, who do they almost lose? I just feel like they're in a little bit of a weird era right now because you're leaving Clawson's system with his, what did he call his thing for his recruits? Incubator.
Yeah.
And now you're going Jake Dickert. I don't know how it is going to go for Wake. And I will say this. I interviewed Jake Dickert at ACC Media Days, and he seemed very confident about his team. But, I mean, I don't know what to make of that. I think this could be a game, but I'll take Wake. What are you doing here?
Yeah, and I got it pulled up here. This is a sandwich spot in between Carolina and then at Duke. So, yeah, shove Delaware in the schedule here. I'll take Wake just because they're a Power 5. They should control the line of scrimmage, but Wake better not sleepwalk through this game. This could be the one that we flip on, and it's a one-possession game in the fourth quarter. But I'll take Wake 6-5.
And then the season finale. I'm at 5-6. The UTEP Miners come to town. We just did our UTEP preview last night. I'm all over Delaware here. They get to send a message to the CUSA as UTEP exits for the Mountain West. And I also think this, you want to talk about a far trip. This is as far as it gets in the CUSA, right? Yeah. So give me Delaware 6-6 in year one. I feel decent about it too, man. What are you doing here?
Win. So I ended up on both newcomers going 7-5 here as they transition. More success for the FCS coming up to the FBS. I like this program, man. I think that they're gonna be able to hold their own.
Well, the win total is 4.5.
Dude, that's such a FCS bias number.
Yeah, I know we locked Missouri State. I feel better about this one than Missouri State. Missouri State, to me, like they haven't proven year in and year out that they're a legit team. Delaware has. So I will lock up over 4.5 wins with the Blue Hens of Delaware and Ryan Carty and company. You locking this? I mean, you got to have 7 wins, right? You better be locking.
Call the locksmith. Lock it, baby. Let's go.
All right. Look, I mean, look at this schedule. Let's do this exercise here where, like, best case scenario to me, they get Delaware State, they get FIU, they get the Tops, they get Jacksonville State. I mean, honestly, I think every game in the CUSA is winnable minus Liberty.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that tough of a conference to run. So,
could they get UConn at home?
I mean, I guess it's possible. They could even get Colorado if Colorado's terrible at trying to be a smash mouth team.
Yeah.
It's possible. I mean, it's not that daunting of a schedule when you think about it. It is tough compared to an FCS schedule, but I'm saying like, I don't know, man. I feel like they're capable of doing this. The chat is talking about how it's hard to come up, from the FBS to from the FCS to the FBS. I just want to note that Appalachian State jumped to the FBS and went 7-5 in year 1 and 11-2 in year 2. Georgia Southern jumped up to the FBS and went 9-3 in year 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
James Madison, I believe, did the same thing. And the reason why I think they're a decent comparison is some of these James Madison was in the CAA. So JMU in year 1 in the FBS was 8-3.
Jack State.
Yeah, but Jack State didn't even have the history that Delaware does. Delaware's history, like it's in similar vein to like Montana or something. You know what I mean? Like where it's like they should be at least like bowl. I know they can't go bowling because of these dumb rules. They should sue on that, by the way. Start the case now. But I think they can hit the ground running. And I'm not going to say they're going to go 9-2 or something, but I wouldn't, or 9-3. But it would not surprise me if they were able to get UConn or Wake and have a strong showing within the conference.
Agreed.
Is which between Colorado, UConn, and Wake?
I'll say UConn. It's at home.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, folks. We have an Old Dominion preview that may or may not happen tonight. We've had some technical difficulties with this episode, so we might push that along to the weekend. But yeah, we're loading up, and we're planning to do some shows tomorrow too. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I did a nice Delaware slideshow to end this show that I think Delaware fans will appreciate and college football fans will appreciate. I'm so excited to see them in the FBS. Let's go, Ryan Carty and company. Give Moneyline Mac a follow on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at TheColbyD. The College Football Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. And don't forget YouTube.com/The College Experience. Hit that like and subscribe button. And we have, I can tell you this, we have Old Dominion scheduled. We have Florida Atlantic scheduled after Old Dominion, then San Diego State, followed by Northern Illinois.
We got some G5s coming up.
Yeah, pending internet connection. We may be back tomorrow, so we'll figure this out. Maybe back tonight too. I don't know. We're gonna run some speed tests and stuff. So, because I'm ready to fire Old Dominion, but yeah. Enjoy the slideshow on the way out. Delaware, I can't wait to watch your season. And I think I'm going to get up there for a game. One of those games. There's a couple. There's the October 3rd game against Western Kentucky. There's also the October 22nd game against Middle Tennessee. Both catching my eye there. Till next time, folks. This is the Delaware Blue Hens season preview episode. You better start thinking about yours. And we are out of here.
Mailbox 1. You have 7 old messages.
1. I'm not saying I'm impossible to outsmart. My body and soul are nothing without heart. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outrun. My body and soul are nothing without love. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outdo. My body and soul are nothing without truth. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but you're nothing without yourself. We're the obsession to be a part of that, started that. Mind over matter don't matter in the market. I've seen much smarter cats have heart attacks. Largely cause leaders need lambs to be lethargic. Match wits with the half-wit phantom. I don't need jumper cables or mic cords to analyze an analytical anthem. Between my two ears, an engine pumping the life force. Force field for your grip on the grievance. Still gonna feel unchallenged and bored stiff. So we're raising pieces to appear cohesive. All the hard work will go largely ignored if your hands are covered with post-its and paper cuts. You need to have your voice in the vice grip. The one who made it famous ain't the one who made it up. You don't get overtime just for working the night shift.
I'm taking a piss right now. It's like
I'm not saying I'm impossible to outsmart mind, body, and soul, or nothing without heart. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outrun mind, body, and soul, or nothing without love. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outdo mind, body, and soul, or nothing without truth. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but you're nothing without yourself. Every time I close my eyes, I'm taken to the same place, a playing field, and every contestant's got the game face. Everybody's yelling, you ought to play it safe. Make sure them shoes are tied and ankles taped. Shake the cobweb, hit the ground running. This is how cunning I can get with the footwork. You're doing it right, well, it shouldn't hurt. Flirt with greatness, still outrun the famous. Nice high heels, I got mics for spikes. Trampling the home team and their turf for life. For the few fleet of foot, too fast for me. I fear none, cause I run and ignore the pair of feet by the tree that are fast asleep. In love with the game, you adore the hair. I believe in achievement. My soul isn't rewarded just cause it's easy goal and moves toward it. I'm not saying I'm impossible to outsmart mind, body, and soul, or nothing without heart. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outrun mind, body, and soul, or nothing without love. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outdo mind, body, and soul, or nothing without truth. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but you're nothing without yourself. Conspiracy theories, gotta love them clearly. Nothing's more entertaining than entertaining a query. Just the words of the wise and the weary. Recognize the authors of reality and theory. Theoretically, I could have won Scribble Jam. In reality, I lost to a legend. Theoretically, I'm best friends with Uncle Sam. In reality, I've never even met him. Now one day my potential may become reputation. Until then, I'm still a work in progress. I suggest you question what I'm saying. If anything, to become familiar with the process. My agenda may suit your needs. When I say your Bill of Rights has been ripped to shreds, but if it defends what you believe, hold dear to your truths and scream fuck seeds. I'm impossible to outsmart mind, body, and soul, or nothing without heart. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outrun mind, body, and soul, or nothing without love. And I'm not saying I'm impossible to outdo mind, body, and soul, or nothing without truth. And I'm not saying it's impossible, but you're nothing without yourself.